Welcome back to GCS Summer 2018. Welcome to the most anticipated game in the group stage thus far. Lin, Moon, Group B winner bracket final.
Yeah, as you already were hinting at earlier, the two most decorated players of all time. Is this gonna hold up to the hype? Are both gonna play on their highest level? Is this gonna be an amazing match? We need a long series for once. We need something else than 2-0s. Only 2-0 so far. I hope we're gonna be treated to a nice 3-game series here. The two series we saw today, do you feel both are playing on their highest level? Both are playing where they need to play to get far here?
Very hard to judge, especially for Moon, since he was up against two troll strategies with an attempt of Gargs and Necrowagons. So I don't want to judge his level too much, but yeah, I didn't see nervousness too much, except the one Demon Hunter play here. So I don't want to judge Moon's performance so far. Lin, super steady. Like how he defended this tower rush by Hawk. I mean, yeah, it was a Blood Mage tower push, not the strongest, but how he moved his Blade Master there, where he was with his Blade Master the entire time, that was super duper strong. On map 2, he profited a lot from the plus 18 Blade Master, so that's fine. But let's go into the maps. Lin bans Amazonia, Moon bans Echo Isles, and the random drawn first map is Ancient Isles.
AI pretty fair for once, I would say. Humans and Night Elves can't suffer from this map, especially humans. But against Orc, I think it's okay. AZ, by the way, vetoed by Lin. I'm not surprised. He has suffered at the hands of Foggy enough on that map. And that's something that's interesting about this matchup. It looks very, very stale and very predictable, especially from a not very initiated standpoint. But there are varieties of, especially aggression, from the Night Elf side that we see in the meta. Foggy, the proponent, along with you, for mass aggression, for being in the Orc's face, for cancelling the Lodge, most importantly, keep the Spirit Walker number and mana low. Korean style has oftentimes been more creep intensive. Moon, I feel like, falls into the middle. He has shown that in strategies in the past where he actually goes harassing with the Demon Hunter only and uses Beastmaster somewhere else to creep. I'm going to be interested to see how Moon chooses to play, especially the early and mid game. In the later game, of course. It's going to be Talons, it's going to be Walkers, it's going to be Triple Hero versus the Blade Master, TC, but the way there, that's the interesting part.
Exactly. Except if we go to Twisted Meadows, there everything could be a little different, but we start on AI. AI usually a map where things are starting off slowly, lots of creeping, and that could benefit Lin. We have seen Orcs go for the two laboratories very quick to snipe the items there, where it can be a Book of the Dead or other great items that you can put to good use. But, I mean, we don't have to introduce the two players, but I feel like it's we should do that anyway. In the bottom right, we have Moon, the most decorated player of all time, with 4 MBC game tournament wins in a row. Lin came a little bit later, had his success when a few players were already retired, starting in 2009, actually in a grand final of ESWC versus Moon. Back then it was a 2-0 for Lin, but that is 9 years ago. That's how long these guys have been battling it out between each other. Lin's statistic versus Moon is 39-44 in of all time. So very, very close. And this goes not only for the entire history of the two, but also for the past 3 years. There it is 19-16 in maps, and the past it's half year. It's 8-7 in series. It's 6-6. So you see, it doesn't get much closer than between these two guys.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. And how is Moon going to play? I always feel like the Koreans have so much respect for this guy. Sometimes perhaps a little too much respect. I feel like Moon is allowed more freedom in this matchup, especially to creep up than some other Night Elves might be. I mentioned Foggy already. Foggy playing very aggressively in general. You basically can't play this more aggressively than Foggy does, if you want to stick to the meta, that is. Normally, the Korean would be picking up the item and run across the map immediately, pressure the Orc, be in his face, and be annoying, and go for that super, super fast tech. To get towards the later stages more quickly. But the Orc, holy crap!
No shop tech. Woohoo, that's fast.
With a no shop tech, exactly. That's a 2-minute tech.
Yeah, that is so fast. I would love to see the base of Moon to see what kind of tech he does, if you're going for the foggy route or not. The faster the orc techs, the faster the Night Elf has to tech, basically, because if the tier 2 buildings are up, then what can you really do with the Demon Hunter Harass, which is the strongest thing that the Night Elves can do. Lin is coming in for the steal, and the stealing Magpie is there. Demon Hunter not level 2. Lin with the first experience also grabbed up a circlet. And man, what a good start for Lin it is. Almost catching the archer there. Good damage. Moon is teching as well, but with 2 Moon Wells, so it's not super fast.
Nice thing here on AI is you have tons of safe spots for the wisps. There's these little... Yeah, the trees are set up in such a way that you can save all of those wisps. Can you actually save the archer? Wow. The wisp block saves the archer. Are you serious?
Now,
he's trying for it again.
He's going for it again.
God.
Wow, this is
Moon.
highest level Warcraft so far, and he saves that into one of those niches that you were mentioning before. And that is exactly why those 2 players have won every single tournament in 2018. We had 5 of them. Nice Shadow Melt here. 5 tournaments in 2018. Lin won 4. The other one was Moon. So we have a 100% win rate, apart from GCS tournaments, is that, by the way, for Koreans. And it's finally time to give that World Championship trophy back to Korea after 5 wins for Chinese players. Those 2 stand strong for the Korean scene.
So get over this early game, man. That wisp save was so sick. I would love to have a tech comparison, by the way. This orc must be ahead. Is he far enough ahead to not lose any of his tier 2 buildings in construction? Does he only have 1 grunt? Is this the cost of this fast hack? He still should have more than 1, right? It really does look like he's all stuck.
It's pretty interesting because Lin is usually pretty reliant on creeping. He loves a high-level TC early on. And with only 1 grunt, that's not possible. And also super important to cancel the shop here. No heal selves, no clarities. And there's no Windwalk at the moment for the Blade Master. So this is a passive orc. This must be a passive orc for the next 2 minutes.
Oh, there's the second grunt. Okay, so he does have 2 at least. That's, I feel like, where the meta is supposed to be at the moment.
What?
That is not the meta, guys. I'm sorry, I misspoke.
No walkers.
Double bestiary Shadow Hunter. This is Wind Riders.
Moon is the inventor of... Not the inventor, the inventor was Magic Yang, but of course Moon is so known for the Talon play with the triple hero, and since then we've seen Raider, Walker, Talons in this matchup the entire time. Lin now going for double Beastry. We don't know if it's Lame or Wyvern, could be both. Lin has played this very successfully recently as well, but this is so unusual. We see this on Twisted, but on AI or other maps, super duper rare.
I'm really taken aback here.
Yeah, Remo's baffled.
Not what I was expecting at all. This has not yet been scouted by the Night Elf, by the way. There's a red dot moving into the main. Must be a Quill Beast or a Wisp, so Moon will know about this. How is he gonna react? Tier 3 still, Talons still. Only 1 wind at the moment. You were pointing it out. The experience, though, on the Orc side is pretty damn horrendous.
Yeah, of course, usually you want the Blade Master to be in the Night Elf's face right now to steal stuff, but with only level 1 Windwalk and no crit, you can forget about that Book of the Dead.
Oh,
Usually,
so
there's walkers. Usually, there's the spell. But double Beastery and this Book of the Dead comes in super handy. The poor burrows, man. They are not gonna have a good time. Boots and staff on the Beastmaster, so he will put that to good use. He sees it, though, if he checks for it now. Lin does.
Demons coming from the main as well. Would love to steal this last hit here. Book of the Dead, he tries for the surround. That didn't quite work.
That was such a waste.
If he gets a surround, though, and kills the S-Stage, that's certainly not a waste. He gets the surround on the Grunt instead, and that kill he should be able to get. Heal Wave, however, makes it a little bit more difficult. Does he have a scroll of speed? He does. Wants to hold on to it for the moment, though. Good blocks from the Demon Hunter, so the Grunt will fall, and he actually does get the remainder of the camp.
Okay, if Moon gets this Null Overseer as well, I take that back. It wasn't a waste at all, and he does. Second Gloves of Haste, especially good when he has the Orb of Venom later on. This could also be a pretty good chunk of experience for Lin if he takes out the entire book. But yeah, here's the later Rame. It's not Wyvern, it is Raiders. It's just pure siege, and we will most likely not see many open fights here without Shockwave. It's just Raiders, speed scrolls, in, out, pillage, lots of gold on Lin's side. But Moon was rushing tier 3 for an early Cyclone to stop this.
Yeah, because, as you say, you can't take open fights with this. Once there's Cyclone, without walkers, you have no chance. Unless the hero's out of position, you can maybe Ensnare lock him down, but you need damage on the Blade Master. He's level 2 now at least. But I don't know that that's good enough. Where's the Ensnares, by the way? I think he skipped Ensnare upgrade for more Raiders. Finally, here are the Ensnares to keep the Wisps from repairing. He may be able to get the one... Oh, the Blade, he's stuck! Can he get out? No, he can't! Blade Master dies there. I wasn't even seeing it for the longest time. Level 2 hero falls.
And everything is so hurt for Lin, man. There's no heal wave anymore. And Moon is cleaning house, as it seems. This is why the Raider strategy usually never works. What a block from the Beastmaster as well. Lin is losing Raider after Raider after Raider. I think Cyclone is ready soon. He has no TP, I bet, on this Shadowhunter, trying to aim for it. No empty inventory, no hacks as well. Oh boy, did this tactic fail.
Yeah, and Hawk, seeing this game, must be getting sweaty hands, excuse me.
Might be Lin again then in the lower bracket, but
man, what's this Raider strategy? Is the idea here to hope that the Night Elf is far away, kill the Moonwells, keep him supply stuck, keep on the split push, and just kill the buildings one by one? I don't know.
Seems like it.
Seemed weird.
Moon now kind of rare to move out of the base without master training, without Cyclone. Foggy does it to be a little more aggressive, to get something on the map, and Moon does it now as well with, of course, the big win in the first engagement. Lin is not giving up. He's sending in the Raiders again, spreading it a little, but he can't fight without a Blade Master at all. He's disturbing a little, he's distracting a little, he's delaying a little, but he's not getting anything done.
And even without master training, he can be so confident in the middle of the map. And once master training is done, he can just Cyclone 4 Raiders. Suddenly, he's fighting against 12 supply less. And his Demon Hunter is strong. He is already level 3 SH. Gonna finally be able to get his level 2 here. Blade Master coming back as well.
I feel like he needs a Vamp Aura here. Serpent Ward, no hacks at all. Serpent Wards are of course good. They got buffed in patch 1.29, so the piercing damage is nice. They have a little bit more HP as well, and Dragon is still up for grabs. This helps of course, and Lin is constantly poking in this space, sees what Moon is doing. There's no Tinker Third here, by the way. It's a Keeper of the Grove. Sobi Mask for the Shadowhunter, very, very nice as well.
I really like the Tinker choice. He knows it's not going to be about straight up fights. It's going to be about hit and run. And with the Keeper, you can force that. You can use that entangle and force some pickoffs, and not make the speed scroll such an easy escape for the Orc.
It's so fun to see how every time Moon is in a group stage, his opponent does something different from the normal meta. Last time it was against TH, where we've seen maybe one of the highest levels of Warcraft in the entire year 2017 in the group stage, because there's such a long history between the two players. They know each other inside out, and both were giving its best. And here you see exactly why the Keeper of the Grove is so strong. You lock down the Raider, even if you have to use a bit of mana. It's okay. It was nighttime. Moonwild are well filled.
Level 3 Beastmaster as well already. Supplies are close to each other, but don't let that fool you. This Orc army is not designed for fighting.
Well, we got a Lodge now. Spirit Walkers are coming. Dispel is coming as well.
Yeah, but you need at least 4 Walkers. It's gonna take a long time, and
yeah, the thing is, you want them early so they gather a pool of mana to have more Dispels. This is absolutely not possible here.
And you don't have a TC either. No aura, no shockwaves.
You do have Serpent Ward, so more single target damage, less AoE, so heal scrolls maybe not that important in this game.
The good thing is you have a whole bunch of Raiders, so the demon should not be able to reach the SH if you do it perfectly. So here we go again. Pillage attack into the main base. This will have to be responded to with a TP. Can he get out with his scroll of speed? That's the question. That will be the perfect trade that he's hoping for. There's a TP. Has to be the counter TP from the Orc side. And he will keep everything alive, but also all Moonwells remain alive for the Night Elf.
Yeah, Moon invested some mana into that to keep the Raiders from attacking the Moonwell. They're in the middle to not have Moon being supply stuck. So I guess this was okay-ish.
Oh. What are you doing here?
That is indeed
my friends,
not good. 2 Talons and a Berserker. Free experience for Lin is getting closer and closer to 3. And certainly not what he was expecting back home.
And now Moon's moving out without a TP. That can be dangerous if the Raiders reach around. But also, there's Fairy Fire on him. There must be Fairy Fire on him. And he still doesn't have Dispel, so there should be perfect information as to where the Orc army is moving. And now Lin doesn't have the time anymore to threaten a counterattack. Because it looked like Moon was attacking into the main, but thinks twice about it. Still doesn't have a TP. He doesn't want to lose this game to a silly Hex and Snare crit combo, killing the Demon Hunter off too swiftly. Nice sentry ward positioning here. Sees where the Orc army is going. And actually he does have walkers now, so he did get rid of the Fairy Fire. But he's still in vision, thanks to that ward. And that will finally be level 3 for the Blade. Does he have an invul? He does. Oh, he is level 3 already. Excuse me. Getting closer to 4, actually.
These players met 4 times this year. Last time at GCS April, there was a 2-1 win for Moon. In the AWL semifinals, it was a 3-0 destruction from Lin over Moon. In Color Cup, Moon won 2-1 in the quarterfinals, and in the March race, it was Lin taking the win from Moon. So 2-2.
Suddenly it isn't looking so bad anymore. Lin was able to split push his way to the walkers, to that tech that he needed. He was able to buy enough time by asserting that pressure. And does he want to fight now? He is at the required 10 supply advantage that we know that the Orcs need to have. But
is that still true without the TC?
Yeah, maybe he needs more.
Yes, 4 walkers, mana looks okay. Gets in more Berserker for more damage. So what Lin is doing great usually is to isolate some Talons and attack them with 4 Raiders at the same time to just get the kills. So I really think Moon should save some gold on heal scrolls and invest into something else. Maybe Maulers or so, to have a blocker line.
Yeah, I like that idea. I don't see heal scrolls being too useful either, but he doesn't have too many, I don't think. On the Demon, he certainly doesn't have one. Invul, however, that one he does need.
Yes.
Against, well, actually, there's no Hex, of course. So used to always expecting a Hex with an SH, but no. 1.29, ladies and gentlemen.
So I guess, I don't really know the inventory of the Keeper, but I guess that he really plays no heal scrolls, which is nice. And Lin is sending a peon to the expansion for the 2nd time. Was that his plan? I don't know. He's fighting into a choke, which usually is not the Orc's position.
One heal scroll is there, by the way, on the Night Elf side, but only the one. Lots of invuls, however. Staff, obviously. And level 4 now for this demon. He is so tanky.
Yeah, he's really tanky, man. It's sick. Fury Fire, Fury Dragon is helping out here a little, but so far it's only Talons. What is the solution against the Mass Raiders? If Moon fights on an open battlefield, Lin will just storm over him. Quite an unfair fight with all the poor casters against the melee units there.
Moon is banking so much money, though.
1,000 gold already.
And I'm surprised that Lin still doesn't feel comfortable going for a fight. Maybe he wants more heal scrolls?
Yeah, he needs heal scrolls. Like, Moon has to bring in Wisp for the fight to detonate the Spirit Link, then it will be reapplied. That means we don't have that much Dispel.
Yeah, such a big Orc army, though. Jesus. And this is where it can be really hard to find a good position. These Raiders may just be stuck if the fight should be around a choke.
This is usually why AI is also a very slow map, a map that drags out from time to time, because there are so many spots where one of the 2 races cannot fight, so you have to lure your opponent into a position where you feel comfortable, and that is very hard. It's kind of a, like, who loses patience first.
Yeah. Historically, a pretty passive map, exactly. And now, what's Moon going for? Is he just going even more casters, even more Talons?
There's not too much on the map, right? It's only the natural on the right side of the map. And so, afterwards, there's no reason for Moon to leave his base. He can, like, that would be the best position for him to fight, because he has the Moon Wills and Talons just pop out of the Ancient of Wind. If this one finishes, then he has a reason to move this to move his army out of the base, and that's exactly why Lin is doing that right now.
Exactly. This is a tactical expansion. It's not really about expanding, it's about forcing him out, because this, where he's standing right now, that's the perfect position. This is open ground everywhere. Right here. Would love to fight next to the windmill.
Yeah, Moon sent a Wisp to scout this, but Lin interferes and kills it off. So Moon might have a feeling that something is coming up. He can send the Hawk, of course, above the forest in the south, but that's about it.
Dude, this is a 64 supply Talon army.
Yeah.
This is so many talents,
Yeah,
dude. Jesus.
with that much gold, of course, you can go for heal scrolls because they're never bad. 2 heal scrolls on the Orc side. Must be 3 heal scrolls, right? If he has 2 on the Shadow Hunter, then there must be 1 on the Blade Master as well. A lot of time for the Walkers, though, to gather their mana, so it's gonna be a lot of the spells, which she needs, absolutely.
Also time, of course, for the Talons for mana. There are so many with full mana. It's got. I'm glad that I don't have to micro this next battle. There's gonna be so much stuff to do for both players.
Thorn Sorrow from the Keeper of the Grove, of course, very helpful. He scouts the expansion now. Almost everything in Lin's army is melee, so when they attack the Talons, they get hit by their own weapons, basically. It's a reversed Vamp Aura. Man, the calm before the storm, and I can't wait to see this storm unfold in its full glory.
Oh, I really like the Ancient of War. I would have loved to see even more Ancients of War. Level 4 for the Blade Master. Serpent Wards, they're level 2, right?
Yes, pretty sure they are.
Yeah. And this is the position where Lin wants to fight, but he gives it up now, surprisingly.
Maybe he thinks he can get through with his expansion? Okay, get some pickups maybe. Forces Moon to stay there. The Quillbeast is harassing, but the expansion is about to be up. He's retreating, though.
Oh, he really doesn't want to let him get into between the 2 forests down there.
Yeah, that would be a dream for Moon to fight. He feels forced back by 2 Quillbeasts.
Yeah, that also.
He has 3 Berserkers, by the way. This piercing damage in this army is so sick. And I think, why is Moon coming from this angle? Why is he not coming from the south?
Yeah, I also feel that would be way better. Alright, here we go. Keeper of the Grove exposed in the front line, so is a Raider. Disenchanted quickly, however, against the Entangle. When is the fight gonna come in?
Still, Lin is hesitant about starting this fight.
Lin should have really built a shop back here. That would be so nice, because this SH is never gonna get burned, I don't think. So here we finally go. The first Cyclone's coming out. Only the single Cyclone. Here we go. Now more being used. Disenchant will have to come in. Level 4 now for the SH. He wasn't there before, actually. This is so many talents. Jesus Christ. If only he had a Shockwave here. Imagine the damage he could do with only 1 spell. Invul against Invul traded in the front lines. And everything seems to be up in the air. Massive disenchant there against 3 Cyclones. The Raiders don't really seem to find the damage against the Talons. They're dropping low. They're being microed back. All of them. We have Lin dropping down to 62 supply only left. But the Beastmaster, what's he doing? He's way too far up front. He will have to use the TP even without the hero damage. So Lin buys himself a little bit more time. More kills will come towards Moon as he gets 1 more of those walkers. Oh no, again he leaves the army behind!
And here comes Mass and Snares, man. Does he have enough nets? He's trying to, but only gets 1 Talon and a Wisp. This was... once again, Moon is a little lucky that his opponent is not capitalizing from his mistakes.
That Beastmaster, what was he doing there? Way too
He was
far
already
forward.
out of position a little bit earlier when, like, it was at the edge of the screen, couldn't really see it. But that was, I think, a chance for Lin to attack and force an earlier town portal. But then, yeah, I don't know what, maybe he just right-click and forgot about him, whatever. 4 Serpent Wards set up again. This is a better position for Lin now, but where is his melee army? It's basically non-existent.
And there's still so much mana on these Talons. They could spam Cyclone here, I feel. But also, Walkers still have decent mana. There are the spam Cyclones. Disenchant coming in. Blade Master, of course, always up in the air. Where's the SH, by the way? I don't even
This is
see
so
him.
much supply that can't do anything, man. He's kiting with his entire range army. It's 5 Walkers and 4 Berserkers. They're just running around and not doing anything to Moon's army. And so he's marching forward.
Demon in the front lines, perhaps in trouble, but he has so few ensnares now. I don't even think he can go for hero kills anymore. And, like, infinite Cyclone. These Talons still with so much mana, and this Expo is gonna get taken out once again. Lin with a big disadvantage.
Yeah, man, how does he want to come back? The main gold mines are dry. This is the last bit of income that he has. And even, like, magic damage isn't the greatest against building, but if you have 25 Talons, then whatever. 10 supply advantage from the Night Elf side. This is usually not what we see. A perfect position for the Fury Dragons above the forest. Can't really be attacked. Cyclone on the Blade Master, whose mana is super low. He can't go into Windwalk. He is surrounded, doesn't have an invul. He wants to keep the kill the army first, I guess, so he keeps him in the air, disables him with that. Demon Hunter, is there a potential for a hero kill? Lin tries to. Going for an ensnare, going for a surround. Is there some kind of of rescue for him. Dispel staff last second.
4 HP, dude, as close as it gets. Could that have been the turnaround? Well, anyways, it is not the case. More and more of the Orc army is dwindling, behind by more than 20 supply now. Heal Scroll coming in. He needs these hero kills. He needs them desperately. But how can he? With his Blade Master always up in the air. This looks like the hands are away from the keyboard. Well, he's still microing, but it is futile at this point. GG! And the lead for Moon.
Quite surprising to see this result here. This was not to be expected. Moon showing off here. 3-0 in the group stage. Lin loses his clean sheet. There's a stain on it now. And it comes from Moon.
And why, oh why, did he go into Mass Raiders?
That is the question that we have to ask him later today.
It wasn't a response to like being pressured too much in the early game. He decided from the very get-go to super fast attack. He even was able to steal that one creep, which I thought was pretty nice.
It was a good opening.
The demon was away from level 2 for such a long time. But then Mass Raiders, I don't know. Maybe he thought he was going to be able to do more before Master.
We gotta admit that Moon's defense was masterful there. He was there with his Demon Hunter, with his Beastmaster. He had a few talents there already. He prevented both Moonwells from going down. Imagine both Moonwells go down, then he's stuck on 30 supply forever. And then, of course, you have a huge advantage with a huge army of raiders. You can do more damage, you get more gold from pillage, and then you have that advantage and you just run away with it. Moon shut it down instantly, though.
Yeah, of course, in that very first attack, he killed the blade as well. Maybe something that Lin wasn't looking at for a moment there. Not usually something that will happen to the King of Orcs. The King of Orcs certainly capable of fashioning a comeback here. But Moon now, yeah, with his lead, hopefully giving us our first 3-game series.
We have a pretty comfortable situation for Moon now. I'm pretty sure Lin will take Twisted now.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. But against Moon, playing Twisted, it's also like, if he feels very comfortable against Beastmaster first hunts and expos and all that stuff, then yes. But maybe he doesn't want to play against that, because if you miss a scout, suddenly the game can be over.
Especially versus Moon, that is absolutely correct. 83 kills for Moon, that was so much. Usually we see that the other way around when so many talents fall, but that wasn't the case at all. Like, without the shockwave damage, this just doesn't work.
And it's like when you don't have the damage of the TC in these massive armies, yes, you can still attack the talents, but it's so hard to micro. You can't just like A-click all of your raiders and, you know, what's the other ones called? The berserkers onto the talents. They're just gonna block each other. So you have to have like 2 separate groups of raiders and berserkers to attack different talents. And of course you have to manage disenchants and heal scrolls and healing waves. Did not think that
well,
was
this
gonna be
is...
the case.
Nettie's overall, so not only the pro scene, and I think mid-level Night Elf is pretty strong. So maybe that's why.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. We saw a very stacked Blade Master earlier against Hawk. That can certainly be accomplished here on Turtle Rock as well. That's the great thing about Orcs for this. On this map, you have great items for the Blade Master, potentially, of course, and also for the TC, and so many creeps. Pretty sure this is the map where we see TC level 5 most of the time. And when the TC hits 5, I'd love to have a win rate on this. Like, for this, we could use something like a Dead Dota or Dota buff or whatever. Because once he gets there, he is like the artillery from range. That shockwave is just so crazy. Didn't see that in game number 1, of course. That unusual SH Mass Raider play. But as you said, yeah, you expect the high level TC. I don't think we're gonna see that weird, cheesy strat, if you want to call it that, either. I expect us to go back to standard here, and why not? Lin is one of the strongest players in the world in general, but also at dealing with that kind of stuff. Foggy may bring him to the very brink But against him, he also has good success. And Foggy, definitely top 2 against Orc, I would say.
Okay, sorry, we had some issues on stream here. We're back now. Very, very sorry. Sometimes the VPN is a little shaky here, so I was a little distracted. Sorry about that.
No problem. Seems like we have a bit of a break here before we head into the second map.
Yeah, this is an unusual long pause, actually, between the games. I mean, these are the old men in this tournament. Maybe they need to rest a little, get some new tea.
Maybe they need to get some salves or something for their bones. They're aching.
Dude, I'm using a salve for my foot. What are you implying here?
Are you Neo? Oh, I had forgotten. Sorry.
Yeah. Always making fun of me. You will get to my age, Remo, and then we'll see.
Maybe.
Then I will be the one laughing. Will Moon be the one laughing, and will Moon be the one going for another 2-0 here? Yesterday, 1-2-0 arrived in the playoffs with a 4-0 stats. It could be Zhang Jie Ho now. Map number 2, we don't have close position, which is good for our entertainment at least. Lin, he has to do something. This is his map choice. This is his starting position in the bottom left. Moon is starting not across from him, on the same lane. And every time we have the same lane, I mentioned how important the shop creep in the middle is. There's a watch award. Shop control in this matchup is super amazing. And if you have heal scrolls, if you have invul potions, you have most likely the better end of the fight. So taking out this Ogre Magi is a priority, but if you go there too early, especially with the Blade Master, this can be crept with the Blade Master only, and if that is punished, it's like risky. Like, what do you do as an orc now?
Yeah, that can be a very interesting dance. You cannot afford to leave the ogre too far out in the open because the demon hunter can challenge it, but you can drag him back behind the shop where the ward, however, will be pretty bad because you can barely see anything. But then again, the night elf can drag the creeps back out. It's very interesting. So I wonder how good their knowledge is of this creep specifically. If Lin, of course, goes for that right away. Doesn't have to be the case. Could also be the turtles first, or trying for the claws. The Wisp will be moving south, so Moon will be aware this could be a possibility, and he must be moving over there quickly to challenge. Question is if Lin will take the challenge.
Pretty interesting in stats, by the way. Lin has positive stats against any of the Night Elf players in this tournament, except live, but we only have one game there, so that doesn't really count. Moon, on the other hand, negative statistics against all 3 orcs here. Oh no, just 2, but the other one is Fly, and Fly is not really playing at the pro level anymore. Having a strong comeback here, but against Focus and Lin, Moon is oftentimes the loser of the series. Starting off with Slippers, that's quite nice.
Very nice start indeed. Blade Master not so lucky. He takes a safe camp here, doesn't want to risk anything at the Ogre Magi, not just yet anyways. Should he get to level 2, and perhaps even with Claws of Attack, then taking out that Ogre is a lot quicker and a lot less risky. Demon Hunter, only level 1 though, only level 1.5 that is, and he's pretty far away from level 2. That's one of the issues from Turtle Rock. You don't get that jump start to like basically level 2 as you get on many other maps. Doesn't want to commit to the base either. And this is more standard now from Lin. He takes a creep camp first, he starts healing up. He goes for the shop before the tag, not too fast. So yeah, this is going to be standard play, and why not? Lin, one of the strongest at this.
Actually pretty excited to see a normal Night Elf versus Orc when both players play the standard, and then, as you said before the series start, like, how will they reach the necessary tech units? How will they level their heroes? Is the Blade Master able to roam around, or will he be shut down before? Is Moon going for that tier 2 attack, or is he prioritizing the levels on his heroes? This is something we have to observe. Lin, so far, only level 1.5 on his Blade Master. It's not too good. Gets the Dust Tier though, so absolutely a potential to kill archers, and he's waking up the creeps with a Demon Hunter right next to him.
Yeah. And this is the little dance I was referring to. You can drag the Ogre into the back where the demon can't reach. The downside here is the ward sees basically nothing because the building blocks the way, but you still get the experience, you still do get the ward, and that will be level 2 for him as well. Can he get the Windwalk and move out and heal up all at the same time? His healing got cancelled, that's a little unfortunate.
And he's slot starved as well. Pandit of Energy, absolutely worth it to sell the gauntlets though.
Level 2 for the demon though, and the dream. This is like the best inventory he could possibly hope for. He's really strong at trading right now. Stronger than the Demon Hunter, in fact. The Archer here. Is he going to be able to save this one again like he was able to before? Oh, and the shop should be enough damage.
This is so bad. If Moon wanted to be aggressive, then he needs that shop to come up for having the Staff of Preservation to be able to staff out the Demon Hunter. But now I think he's forced into a more passive play, which is never favorable for the Night Elf.
He can, of course, still be aggressive, but maybe the evacuation isn't going to be so easy anymore without that staff. At the shop, does he really want to go for boots? That would be weird in this matchup. We certainly don't see that anymore. Perhaps from the Night Elf or a Tele Staff. That is what we're used to nowadays. Archer in the middle. Here we go. Tier 2 is done. Here come the buildings. Here's the Beastmaster. And this is the question I was wondering. Is he going to be aggressive, Foggy style, or more conservative, Korean style on the creeping side of things?
Lin is ready. He has a bouncer in place. He has the Blade Master near to be able to do more damage and to get rid of the hero in this base earlier.
There's 2 grunts in the main. Wow, he was really confident that he was able to defend that pressure easily.
Lors. I didn't even see the Huntress Hall.
Me neither. Where is the Huntress Hall? Okay.
Wow. On TR, going Dryads. Okay, there he is. Observer showing it to us.
I don't think he saw the Hunter's Hall, though. It was nighttime.
But he saw the lore. If he clicked on it.
Was he in range when the lore was placed?
With the, it's nighttime with the grunts.
Alright, so Moon is going for trying to fake him out here with a build. TC, not the perfect hero against Dryads, of course, but still decent. Now he definitely saw it.
Yeah.
Blade Master did see it.
So the disable with Hex, also the heal wave, of course, you saw it. Many times. Lin not falling for this is huge and could have saved him the game.
Can he also steal the Gargantuan? That would be the dream. Killing the Ancient of War already is really big. Like, how is he going to creep now? He doesn't have bears. Or does he actually go bears? That would be even rarer. That is extremely rare nowadays. Last hit is going to be a big deal. And the blade gets it and the item.
Oh my god. Oh, this is so much mana. The pendant and the big mana potion. The Shadow Hunter, man, what a present, what a welcome gift for this SH.
Indeed.
Heroes are bruised, though. Maybe Moon can do something now, but with the Raider being there, with Ensnare finished as well, chances are not that high, even though you have the Dryad slow, yeah.
So, is he gonna stay on walkers? Walkers oftentimes end up... is an interesting dance. Between walkers and Dryads, because if you have enough walkers and you have too much Spirit Link for the Dryad to dispel it all, then Spirit Link is always really good. But if there's too many Dryads and you don't have Spirit Link, then the walkers don't do anything. So, as it is with talents, it's also going to be a little bit about mana. Lin is sending over a peon in the face of Dryads. Does he really want to expand on here on tier 2? That seems greedy and dangerous to me, but maybe it's just, I don't know, for sharing Spirit Link or for scouting or something. At the red camp, we see the Night Elf player. He's going to get his level 3 demon here, which is a very big deal, of course. And SH, what did he find? It was, what's it called? The Rune Bracers, which will be sold, of course. Oh my god, the Ancient Django is so good. These Dryads are going to be so damn fast. And the heroes, of course, also.
Yeah, they slow down the enemy's units, and now the entire army is faster. Of course, it's a double bonus.
So is he expanding over there on the minimap? I don't think it's a building, but it's not an expansion. What is this? What is Lin doing? Like proxy positioning some buildings. Level 3 SH now. So much healing to be done soon by this guy. Please don't die to the creeps though. Alright, here we go. It's gonna get the big turtle. The consumable is... Observer didn't want to show us. Okay. Blade Master's pretty weak, though. Level 2 only, but he joins the army with a tele staff. Scroll of Speed, what's he going for? He's trying to bait some Dispelled, I think, with the Scroll of Speed, but Moon's not falling for it. There we go. Now he uses the Auto Dispel. And the SH in the back can't even get reached. The Demon Hunter permanently pinned down with the Ensnare, so more and more healing coming from him. Hex onto him, quickly dispelled though. Beastmaster dropping low, heal scroll from Moon's side, and TP out before losing too many units. Did he actually save all of his Dryads? Now there's one Dryad corpse on the ground. Grunts also died, but Grunts you kind of want to rotate out of anyways.
Yeah, that's true. They die way too quickly. So do you think Moon is playing that to like force Lin into a Shadow Hunter because everybody knows how good his shockwaves are, how great his TC control is?
I think he hoped that this was gonna catch him by surprise and that this was going to be an SH TC, excuse me, with his Dryad strat. But Lin his scouting was too good. His spidey senses were tingling. Did I mention this earlier? No. Focus's answer to Dryads, by the way, is double Bestiary, just mass raiders. Every Ensnare means a kill. For that, usually, though, you want a pretty potent Blade, which is still only level 2. There's no TP here. How does he not have a TP? He's moving out without a teleport. This demon is just gonna die. He gets hexed. Dispel isn't there in time. Couldn't staff him out. I think there was an opportunity there. Didn't take it, though. And now, first hero dead. And the Ensnares are gonna keep on flying.
Remo, it looks like our streak is gonna be broken. First 3-game series after 7 2-0s if Moon is not causing a miracle here. Dryads dying left, right and center. Finally, Lin is able to find the targets with the raiders that he has. Or is he able to turn this around? I don't think so, man. One more Dryad dead, another Dryad dead, another one caught into a net. The Beastmaster, yeah, he's getting a TP out, but man, GG! And Lin is making this a series. First best of 3 that goes full distance. After 7 games, he's back on his map choice, even though it was an unusual game.
He tried to catch him off guard there, tried to go for the surprise Dryads, tried to face up against the TC, which is not a very favorable matchup. But no, Lin would not have any of it. He was expecting this, he was scouting for it, and he responded pretty much perfectly. And when Dryads get responded to well, they just get smashed. That's why we don't see him so much.
That's true. So I wonder what Moon's pick is now. Unfortunately, once again, sorry about the lag. Should be fixed. Should be better now. So now, Twisted is still on the table. Twisted is Moon Meadows. Twisted is a map where you're kind of forced to play Dryads as well. You can go Talons, of course, but also not that good. Do you do that now? Do you pick Twisted?
I think Moon's really thinking about it because I know he loves the Beastmaster. He plays him all the time, and you can actually play it against Orc here, even though I'm never a Beastmaster fan. But I think he's thinking about it, but I would hope he plays Talons here. I think he has a way better chance with that. Lin's scouting has been impeccable for a long time. On TM, he will always be using the second grunt to look for APs. Then he goes on the scouting mission across the map. He's going to look everywhere for the Tree of Life. And if he cancels that, then usually the game is over right there. So, Moon, I think he has the best chances going into Talons, playing it straight up against Lin. Haven't seen a really straight up game so far. Was weird mass raiders into Dryads. Yes. No standard meta so far.
Usually we would be very happy about that, but for once I would love to see that. So AZ is banned as well?
Yes.
What else? Echo. Okay. So Last Refuge is still on the table. That would be good for TC for sure. And Talons, that would certainly be Talons with the great positions you can get at the outer skirts. We will see now. Twisted Meadows.
He goes for Twisted. All right.
He really doesn't want Lin to go TC now. I am once again really surprised about this win rate. That is all of Warcraft. That is not the pro scene, everybody. These win rates are absolutely misleading.
Yes, they use the Netties win rates, which is exactly that, misleading. Perhaps that could be changed in the future. This gives you the wrong idea. This is a very hard Night Elf map to make anything work on. If you go Talons, it's gonna be late. If you go Expansion, it can be cancelled. If you go Dryads, you can just get ensnared and get killed off. But if you surprise the Orc, if he doesn't know exactly what's coming, and you catch him off guard, you can end up with an advantage. But being able to do that against Lin is not only hard on your part, but you have to hope for a mistake from him, from the King of Orcs himself.
The good thing for Moon is that he can dictate the game. Moon has so much variety in his play in general, like second heroes, Dryads, or Talons, or even Bears. Maybe, I mean, it's Moon. Even a Chimera Rush wouldn't surprise me too much. There's also the possibility of an Engine Protector push. You can open with Huntress for the very first time here. I think it's very possible. So Lin will always be reacting to what Moon is doing, and he has to. So as you said, good scouting is necessary. Moon, maybe he feels more comfortable off standard, because we've seen that a lot from him recently. Not only in GCS tournaments, but in every other tournament, that he's not playing according to the beat of the scene at the moment. He always comes up with something new.
Yeah, that's certainly true. And we saw that against Human with his Tavern Challenge.
Really?
Where he played like 5 different heroes in 5 different games in a row. But I feel this can be so punishing against Orc. If you fall behind once, Ensnare, Hex, Crit, dead. Game's over. I feel like he's putting himself in a losing position. He's putting himself at the mercy of Lin. If Lin doesn't make the mistakes required, I don't think he has a chance here.
Map number 3. The decision in the winner bracket final. Who will follow 1-2-0 and Infi into the playoffs? It's gonna be a Korean for sure. Is it gonna be the first Orc, or is it gonna be the first Night Elf? That's the question here. June Park, Jung Jae Ho. Battle it out. And it looks like a Huntress opening for Moon. I don't see an Engine of War anywhere on the map.
Yeah.
So we start with the typical Moon TM opening.
No neutral hero. It will be the Demon Hunter first. Thankfully, no Beastmaster. That hero has a lot of downsides against Orc. I was speculating, maybe he's going to roll the Dice Moon, maybe he's going to go for an Agent of War Creep, because oftentimes Orcs don't scout this, and if your first Agent of War Creep goes unpunished, it's a great start into the early game, but if it does get punished, it's really bad. But he doesn't roll the dice there, he's playing it safe, he's playing Huntresses, he's going to grab map control with the first 3 hunts, and then probably going to expand behind it. This is what I expect from Moon. You can also go 3 hunts into Talons, it's kind of more the thing that, I don't know, Foggy would do perhaps. But Moon and TM, if we don't see at least 1 Tree of Life, I'm gonna convert away from Christianity.
Well, there is one already, but of course you need a second one. This is also, like, if Moon goes Talons and Lin knows, this is also a great map for a TC. There are so many spots for Robe of the Magi, Sobi Masks, Vamp Aura, of course, always a possibility. Doesn't matter what you play, it's always great. There's also like Staff of Silence, though, can be fun. So I really hope there's gonna be a last game with big heroes and big items. That is what this series would deserve.
Yeah, and speaking of talents, like, how are you gonna find a choke here? There's like 2 chokes on this map, and that's next to the merchant. Other than that, it's all open space.
Main bases, maybe?
Yeah,
main base entrance? Kind of,
but also not the best. So, Demon going, Blade Master going for the first Tome of Experience here. Can the Demon reach him to mana burn him? I don't think so. He is gonna see it though, so that gives him some information. It is the Tome of Agility. Not lucky enough for the experience, but that's not bad either. By the way, also nice here for the Orc on this map is you can go for 2 borrow tech, which is what the Orc is doing without a shop even, so it's even faster, but you can do it with a shop as well, and you won't be too far behind in tech because the Night Elf does have to go for hunts first, so if he goes for talents, it's gonna be later anyways, so he won't get punished too hard. Now the Demon doing good damage to the peons, and the Blade Master just does not care. Just keeps on creeping.
Of course you can move the herd peons back into the burrow, then over time it might be enough damage. Or not even doing that, but he sends them to lumber and exchanges them.
It's evasion first, by the way.
Huh.
Which means in a trading game he's gonna have... the Orc should have the upper hand for quite a while. Oh, killing the shop is big. That's actually really big.
Again.
Because Blade Master and Grunt are very hurt over there, which we're gonna see in a second.
It's kind of funny how canceling a shop decided to get... or gave a big advantage to one player twice in this series, maybe now for the 3rd time. We've seen this on Aye.
Normally,
And
Lin always scouts for this. Has he gotten distracted? I said it. Normally, the second grunt is always used for scouting against this. Has this shop cancel distracted him too much so he doesn't notice? No.
wow.
He's scouting.
There we go. This is it. And he sees it, and therefore not too much distraction in the early mid game coming from Moon. So important that he shut that down.
I think this would have been more of a distraction AP though.
Yes, sure.
I don't think it would have been a big commitment, but it's something annoying, you know. Keeps you back, keeps you away from creeping, and there's a red dot on the minimap towards the right side. I think I got a good idea what that is.
This very, very glad that you can stay faithful to your one true god. This must be an expansion by Moon. This is what he always does, and this is what you mentioned in the early game of map number 1, or in the pre-game chat. Basically, you have to scout so much on Twisted Meadows. You have to keep an eye out on every single move that Moon does. If he out expands you, there's basically no chance. He's losing a grunt to creeps or to the night elf. That's the question. Looks like he doesn't want to wake up the creeps. Ah, there we go. So no experience for the demon hunter.
Really needs to keep the shop alive though, because he does need healing now. 0 experience still on this demon hunter. Is he gonna force the TP? Shouldn't be able to. Ooh, the jukes!
Ooh, yeah, he has one more windwalk after this one.
But I don't think that's quite good enough. A lot of armor, of course, on the demon hunter. But this expo has not been scouted yet. But it is pretty suspicious at this point that the Night Elf has tried to keep you back on your side of the map for so long now.
Yeah. Can't get the second backstab out.
What's the second hero? SH, yeah.
SH again. Okay, yeah, makes sense, I guess. On Twisted. Also for sieges. And we play Dryads here. This is what I expected. Not too much a Talon player. Laliat is one of the very few players who opens with Huntress and still goes for Talons. Not too many other people do that.
Oh, this should be Hex first here. Yep, and that's one Huntress kill for free. Thank you very much. This is gonna mean no Serpent Wards later, which could have been really good against Hunts and Dryads, actually. But okay, he wants to get the secured kill here, and get it, he does. Does he expect the expansion? He may not have seen it, but it is pretty predictable. It is Moon on Twisted Meadows after all. First though, Lin goes towards the shop, is gonna creep that up, but this could be a pretty nice creep check here from Nilf. But he has only 2 Hunts and 2 level 1 heroes. How much can he really do here?
Belt of Giant Strength, not the item that he was looking for. Does he have a speed scroll? Yes, he does. He can escape. There's no disable, no cyclone, no Dryad slow yet. So he evacuates without getting a single unit killed.
It's pretty cool how he used the Wisp there to in anticipation of the scroll of speed. But yeah, couldn't kill any grunts or anything with that. But he keeps the Orc from leveling. There's no heal wave yet. There is no level 3 Blade Master yet. Did he steal this last hit? That would have been sick.
And especially this level 2 Windwalk is so important on this map, as it is so big, one of the biggest that we have. And you want to be fast, you want to have the longer duration, you want to be everywhere with your eyes. But very, very impressive how Moon is denying that. And Lin is not even close to that position. He's prioritizing his own levels over the expansion of Moon.
And for once, Lin's scouting is failing. He was getting distracted by 2 Quilbies only. Imagine he's creepjacking here. The tree is already almost dead, and there was only 2 Huntresses here. He could have killed this Tree of Life. But now it's done. Now it's gonna be entangling. But in the meantime, he was able to creep. He is gonna reach level 3 here. I'd like to see him sell the belt. I don't think that's gonna become too impactful.
I think he did he scout? Did he tank with the Blade Master a little, so he can sell that now? He doesn't really need the gold at the moment, right? He's at 39, so yeah, he does need it.
Right, the Raider sees the army, sees the item, and will know that the expansion has been crept. Or maybe he thinks he bought the boots, but I mean, the Night Elf was missing for so long, he must know. Oh, can he get the last hit? Does Moon think about the dust? Yeah, he's definitely playing against the Blade Master here. He's trying to bait it. Oh, he stole the dust! That's pretty cool. I'm pretty sure he stole the dust.
And there we go. Moon gets it, but the item as well, right?
Yeah.
What did he get?
The Devotion Aura uses the Invul for the Ancient of War.
We have seen quite a few misclicks from Lin with Invul potions. Maybe it was one of them.
Oh, level 3 SH already though. That's pretty fast. Oh, loses the Raider. This is not a good start here for Lin into the mid game.
Both players dropped last time in the group stage. Big disappointment for both. Lin against Romantic, Moon versus TH. This will not happen to at least one of them.
And normally now you want to move across the map. You have 3 heroes against 2 heroes. That's so good. Imagine a creep jack right here. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, but he keeps on focusing on the SH, man, and the inventory. Yeah. I don't think it's too much about the experience, but more about the inventory at the moment. So he wants this one fight where he has the big advantage. He's once again going for the rock golem. Will he be able to get it this time? No, but he steals the devotion aura, which is not too big.
I like the double devotion aura, of course. Yeah, the drops, not too amazing for the Orc player. But I guess the same can be said for the Night Elf as well. So he crept up the gold mine. Does he really want to counter-expand? He obviously knows that there's an expansion by now. Talisman of Evasion, so many tankiness items, which is really not what he needs. He needs damage. Well, alright. He's moving over. He keeps on creeping more. And yeah, you were questioning it here. Is that really what he should do? Focus on creeping so heavily, give him all that time for this expansion? Is his idea maybe I get to 5 heroes and then it doesn't matter how much you have? How much supply you have? And again, it's the one burrow next to the natural. He did that on TR as well. Why does he do that?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Is it maybe when you get burrow pushed in the main, so when you lose them all, that you still have one backup burrow? But
or he wants to he wants to get an expansion, but doesn't have a war mill, so that's like it's fortifying it with a tower, but just a little bit.
But as this game is going, like, the Expo keeps running and running. Moon already at 61 supply with 1,000 gold. Blade Master still not level 4. Item he finds. What was it?
The items are really good.
Pen of Energy is pretty nice, yeah.
A nice scout by Moon to see this expansion. And yeah, he is preparing the expansion with that burrow. I mean, it falls pretty fast, but not as fast as against Silas. He does have a war mill though, so I was a little wrong and a little right.
Right, so this is gonna get cancelled only by the Quill Beast. Oh, this is so nice for Moon. He doesn't even have to use his army, doesn't even have to waste time on the map. The summons can do this by themselves. Lin would have liked to see the army down there, I think, to be sure that he has all that time up north to creep, to get closer to 5-5. He's still far away from that. He does hit level 4 here, though. We have 1 Scroll of Healing on the Night Elf side. Lots and lots of Dryads. 67 supply. Still so much gold for Moon. Upgrades as well. This is already... Is it the first or the second attack upgrade? The first.
First, yes.
Second's yellow. And the third is the polar bear.
It's a TP home. And he cancels the expansion. That was pretty nice. So he's expecting this attack to come. 73 supply for Moon. Lin is supply stuck. And only at 57. It's not looking good for the Orc at all.
Still moving forward. Still feeling confident for whatever reason. Gets the first Dryad for free. Critical strikes may have been nerfed. Still pretty good though. Demon pinned down. He doesn't want to get his SH burned. Has already been burned a little bit though. Dryad Micro not quite there. Critical strikes. Quite a few here to get 2 kills quickly. Wants to get to level 5 as fast as possible. Even a Kodo coming in. Doesn't quite get the Devour off yet. The Demon Hunter dropping very low. Hex. Focus fire, but he will get dispelled. He will survive. Blade Master towards the backline. Demon Hunter in trouble again. Staff will save him.
For now, but Lin is taking this fight very, very, very well. He has a lot of healing still with the Shadow Hunter that's untouched and with the heal scroll killing another Dryad. Despite the big supply difference, he's taking this fight seemingly with ease. Dryad just doesn't cut it. The Beastmaster is super low. The Demon Hunter is low. The Moon Juice is looking okay, but he's not using it as of now. 61 supply, but Moon is dropping. Heal scroll being used. Everything back to green. Demon Hunter in the backline there. Could be a potential surround. Oh my god, he's taking so many hits. Gets to the Moon Wells, drinks him up in 1 sip. And now next target should be the Beastmaster, right?
Doesn't have too many end snares though. Next heal scroll coming in. That was the last bit of healing for Lin. No more mana, no more scrolls of healing, but so many Dryad kills. Dude, even with 20 supply ahead, Dryad still suck, it seems. Because he only has 4 left now. And the level 5 for the Blade Master as well. Dude, he was right. He didn't care about the Expo. All he needs is good heroes. And then he's gonna kill off these Dryads one by one. Even fighting into his opponent's base. The confidence from this Orc player.
15 supply down, fighting into the Night Elf base, killing so many Dryads, killing the beast. Oh, the heal scroll, but that was expensive! Critical strike comes in and ends his life. Oh boy, only the Demon Hunter remaining. Moon lost like 30 supply in that fight, and now it's Demolition Derby in Moon's base. The Raiders have the fun of their lives. He's at 700 gold, Linus.
He almost stole the pen of energy there on the ground. But now the demon, you're kind of strong, buddy, but you're not strong enough to fight against all of these Orc forces, especially with the 5/5 heroes. Finally, the Kodo is gonna fall, but comes at a price, and at the price of Dryad lives it is. Everything's low here. He would love to have that scroll of healing now, but no. Blade Master, this katana has been drenched in blood, and now in the blood of the demon as well. First hero falls, that must be the game, and Hawk must be breathing a sigh of relief here. GG! Moon drops down, Lin through in first place.
Moon was struggling, Lin was struggling quite a bit, but man, at the end, it's the king of orcs, the king of the scene, on top of Group B. Moon with a head down low, but not eliminated yet. Lin 1-2-0 and Infi, 3 players in the playoffs, and man, what a lineup already.
Yeah. Interesting series as well that we had here. No standard games at all.
Really, and that was not what we expected there.
Does this telegraph that Moon doesn't feel comfortable playing normal? Does he feel out of shape? Does he feel he has to play something cheesy?
He's the anomaly since his comeback in April, I feel. I haven't seen too many straight up games from his.
Yeah, he started straight up on AI. There, for whatever reason, it was Lin.
Yeah, it was Lin
who played
going
it weird
from it. Yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I always feel like he's a strong Talon player, but
I mean, yeah.
apparently
There's a reason why he went 2.5 years without dropping a map on Korean television against Orc.
Yeah, and Dryads, man. Dryads against the likes of Lin, that just
doesn't do it,
don't
right?
cut
I
it,
mean,
man.
I agree that you can't do it. I mean, if 2k gold advantage for Moon thanks to the expansion didn't work, I mean, what a slaughter at the end, 68 kills in total. And he was right, like, giving him this expo, it was running the entire time, not attacked once.
Yeah.
Not attacked once. He could use all that gold for his Dryad army, but he didn't care. And wasn't it the same last time in the group stage where Moon was up against TH one map and then TH came back?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm pretty sure it's half a year ago, but seems to be his faith.
Hawk was sweating in that game, I'm pretty sure, when he was like, dude, why don't you attack the goddamn expansion? But in the end, it worked out anyways. Hawk versus TBC will be our next game. We're expecting the European representative to win this. I think he's expecting it as well. So are many of you, I'm sure. TBC had a fairly poor showing, to be honest, against Moon. Maybe he's going to have a better chance in the next game. Here we have the highlights again. Map number 1 started off weird, and it kept up being weird. No standard Talon Walker matchup throughout all 3 of these games. That was a crazy fight, dude. That was difficult to observe. I wonder how difficult it must have been to fight this, to micro this.
Thank God we have 16/9 and not 4/3 anymore. Yeah, Serpent Wards seem not to be the answer to Talons for now.
The thing about Serpent Wards is, like, in theory, they're great against Talons, but they're always in the back. And if you have to micro them, if they just attack automatically, they attack the heroes. And against those, they're bad. And if you have to micro the Serpent Wards on top of everything else, I mean, you have enough to do as the Orc.
That's what, by the way, the situation where the Beastmaster was a little up towards the north, and then that's why he went over there and had to pull the town portal there.
So many Talons. And that must be so relaxing playing the Night Elf. You don't have to worry about shockwaves at all. Clump up, my little friends. Hold hands. Nothing to worry about here. The SH. Certainly in these big scenarios against Talons. Big fights. Not the same. Doesn't quite carry the same weight. Here the first time the Dryads were tried and were soundly defeated yet he still tried a second time.
Yeah, very interesting to see that on TR. Maybe with in a straight up game, Moon could have closed the series there already. And yeah, this fight was just surreal. Look at the Dryads; they just suffer from this sharp edge of a Blade Master. One by one got executed. And yeah, Lin takes it. And let's see. Thank you very much for the contributions here. Follow Saray has hosted us. Thank you. SMDDRY for the sub, and Nebu HSV for 22-month resub. Tough Hunted Tactics for the first time sub. Infected Shroom as well. North Sea Badger as well, and the $1 donation by Tough Hunted Tactics too. My child situation is at version 1.97 with 2.0 scheduled to launch on the 14th of June. I'll be taking 8 weeks off for the launch party, so I hope to see many more weeks of back to Warcraft offset with content. Hope to provide that as well. And yeah, we will be back with TBC versus Hawk in a bit.